is up, everybody? Mr. Slipcover Bullet Blake here. I have my January Vinegar Syndrome subscriber package unboxing today. Oddly enough, I received this small box, like, I want to say 8 days before I received the rest of the package. So I know what's in this. It's the t-shirt I ordered, but I don't understand why it got shipped separately. That's never happened to me before. It was super weird, and as far as the shop app, it just registered the whole order as delivered. So I was a little upset when I got home and saw just this little small-ass little box sitting on my doorstep. So that was unfortunate, but the rest of the package is here, so I am going to open it up right now. I will start with this little package that has just been sitting patiently waiting for me to get the rest of it. That's actually a really cool sticker. Really cool sticker, actually. And then there is the shirt that I just couldn't resist buying. I know it's just the logo itself, but it says Vincent 10 for the 10-year anniversary on there. I always wanted one of these shirts, but they're always sold out in my size, so I bought it. I'm sure it was more than what a regular shirt from them would cost. But on to the goods. Now this package is a little dinged up, I want to say. Like it's looking pretty rough. But hopefully everything inside is good. Alright. Looks good, looks good. Hopefully everything is in here. I'll just start with the big title for the release, or for this month. Sidekicks, the VSU. This thing looks great. All the VSUs, obviously, I'm a huge fan of the VSUs. I think anyone who collects Vinegar Syndrome is a fan of the VSUs. I do own them all, so it's pretty much an automatic buy. That is great. I actually really love this inner slip too. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, this kind of looks superimposed almost. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the white on white, but awesome childhood favorite movie of mine, obviously Chuck Norris. I have always loved Chuck Norris. I think that's no secret. I did an unboxing of the Chuck Norris movies from Kino not too long ago. But really excited to have this as a VSU. I think it's an odd choice for a VSU, but we all like predicted it well before they actually released it. Sidekicks. And I guess it depends. Like, if you're a fan of this cover art, I think it's kind of cool, but I think they could have gone totally different with it personally. But as far as the reverse, it's just the old like VHS cover. I'm not super into that, so I'm just gonna leave it. Still really cool. Happy to have this in the collection. Great artwork, great packaging as always. You see the back there. It's actually like, that's pretty cool with the whole like magazine thing. December 1992. Some good art in there, like some stills. Actually, this thing's like just a ton of pictures. That's the whole thing basically is. I was expecting, oh, there is some essays in here. But the kids were kung fu fighting. Sidekicks and the post-karate kid wave of youth targeted martial arts films. So that's going to be like the Karate Kid and Way of the Dragon, and all that stuff is going to be in there. I mean, I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, so I'm actually like really looking forward to putting this in. I mean, check that out. White like Chuck. This is a great set. Just a great set. It will look great next to the other ones, but that is Sidekicks, the VSU. So great. Let's put that somewhere where it's not going to get hit. Alright. They packed this box tight. Next up for one of their regular releases this month was Frostbiter. It appeals to me in a different way because it was shot in my home state. So I think I'll enjoy it, even if it's terrible, especially if I can recognize some of the spots and stuff. Which I'm not saying that I will. It could be shot in the woods for all I know. I don't know much about it. I know that it's really B-level filmmaking, so. But I do think it looks kind of cool. Like, if you're into that B movie making, this is probably going to be something you're going to enjoy. Frostbiter. Wrath of the Wendigo? Oh, ooh, look at this cover. Oof. That's some cover there, but and honestly, I'm going to use that cover just because it contrasts so greatly with the actual slip itself, and it just kind of gives a taste of that. Like this is going to be low budget. Actually, that cover's kind of great. It's kind of great. But that is Frostbiter. I mean, the back is kind of muddy. Like, I can hardly tell. My corner's really dinged in up there. So, oh, and the bottom. God, they fucked this shit up. So that's, I mean, every single corner on this. Probably because of how tight they packed this stupid ass box. So, I mean, it's like, see, that's what's going to be upsetting. Like, Vinegar Syndrome is going to do less and less quality control, I feel, the bigger they get. But it is what it is. Next up, the Infernal Rapist. I don't know much about this. I know that my spine has a crease completely down the side, so that's so fucking awesome. This one, I don't have a whole lot of interest in this. I didn't look too deep into it. I know that it's probably going to be a revenge movie. I think it's also known as El Violator Infernal. I mean, it's a movie. It's Vinegar Syndrome. I think this will probably be the last one I watch out of the whole box. At least out of the new releases that I'm getting. I think Sidekicks will probably be first, just because it's been 2 decades since I've seen it. Not the greatest cover art or anything, but I know that this spine on here is shit. So that's 2 really shitty condition slips. So thanks for that, VS. Next up, we got From Beyond, which looks like it's actually in relatively good shape. So no ding corners or anything, but that's because it wasn't on the edge like the other two were. This one, obviously, I think most people probably know this one or are familiar with it at least. So I think it's cool that it got a 4K release, and I didn't own it. I've seen it in bits and pieces, I want to say. I've never actually watched it beginning to end, but I will definitely be doing that now that I own it. I mean, this is great cover art for me. I really like the mashup type thing. It looks good. You get the Blu-ray, the special features, and the 4K disc. And the reverse is atrocious, so I'm just gonna leave the regular cover on there, or the VS artwork on the cover. Looking forward to diving into this. I think it'll maybe be the second movie I watch. I might try and do a double feature marathon if I have the time this weekend, but great artwork, great condition. Appreciate this one. And next up, Hong Kong Volume 1. This Made in Hong Kong box set. I mean, I every time I get corrected when I say I'm not a big fan of martial arts movies. The last ones they have done have been some of the top, or like definitely some of my preferred movies from the past year. But I don't know. Time will tell on this. I'm not like holding my breath or anything. I think even if at least one of them is good, that will be sufficient. But The Demon's Baby, Erotic Nightmare, and The Deadly Camp. I think we did look into it on Master Chaos's stream, but we didn't really like get super into it. Made in Hong Kong, Volume 1. I don't know how many volumes they're going to plan to do. I'm sure it'll depend on how successful this one is, which I'm sure it'll be successful enough. Oh, that's interesting. They put the actual slipcover box already on the insert. But the packaging is really cool. It's got that, obviously, that rigid slip, and it does have like a booklet in there as well, which is basically like their VSU books. Essays, pictures, really artsy looking. Like the way they did this, I kind of dig. Like I really like the off red with the black, and it just gives it like a stylistic taste to it. I'm almost more into it now, based solely on the packaging. Like I didn't watch the trailers of any of these, but I'm gonna try and sit down one day next week and watch all three of them back to back to back. And the box looks like it's in relatively good shape. It is a little dented in on the back, but I think that's actually like manufacturing. So either way, really, why is that so? Oh, here I am missing the slip. Still, really great packaging. I love when they do the slip covers inside of those rigid boxes. Ever since the first one they've done like that, I really dig it. It just looks really good on the shelf. And I said it was great packaging, but there is a crease on the spine of this. You know, this is the first box I've ever had where there's so much like minimal damage to almost every fucking movie I'm taking out of the box. Like that's slightly upsetting. But let's get on to the VSAs. Ted Bundy. This one didn't really fit in the lineup for me. I wasn't super thrilled that they were releasing this movie. I feel like it's a little newer than I want the movies to be in the VSA line. I would just prefer the VSA line to be like strictly 90s and maybe late 80s. I do like the packaging. The cover art's cool with the, you know. It's cool. I think it's going to be a good movie. I just don't know if it's right for the VSA line. And that being my favorite line, I kind of just wish it would just cluster together a little better, but
some of their choices have been super fucking random lately.
I'm sure the slip is just going to be the other version. Which I actually like the bloody version more, so. See, now that is good, but that is better. Like, that's great. It's definitely going to get framed and hung on my wall as soon as I flatten it, so I'm looking forward to that. I really do just like that bloody cover more. Like, it just looks better to me. Ted Bundy. But yeah, that is one I will definitely be having the poster hanging up on my wall. I got number 217 or 232, depending on which one I keep and which one I give away. So, poster not included. And the other VSA was Undeclared War. This is the one, like, I mean, Sidekicks is obviously up there, but this one is one that I haven't seen, and I'm actually, like, really stoked to watch. I think it fits right in line with the VSAs, unlike Ted Bundy, but 214 for this one. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't buy 2 of this, but I bought 2 of Ted Bundy. I don't know. I think this one's going to be good, though. Honestly. Like, I will definitely be watching this one over the weekend. You can have that poster, or the backside is actually a landscape, which sometimes that works out. Like, if you have room and you need to have that landscape size, sometimes it's good for filler. It does have a little booklet, really short booklet, stills and stuff in there. Essay, looks like one big essay. Yeah, I think that this one looks great. This might be the highlight of the month for me. Just because I'm such a big fan of the VSAs. And this one looks like the type of VSA that I love. But there is Undeclared War. Now, as far as other releases I got, I did, in fact, buy the VSLs. Kuroku Beast of the Amazon. I don't know if this is going to be a label that I really get into. This is technically number 1, but it was the second one they announced, and I was much more thrilled for the first release they announced. But you never know. Like, this could be a hidden gem, and I could be like, man, that was really good. I do think that there's a lot of potential with the VSL line, so I'm definitely looking forward to see what else comes through there. And this one could be a hit or it could be a miss. I just figured we'd hit the ground running with these VSLs and at least stick with it until one lands and it's like, man, that movie sucked. But this one doesn't look like it's going to be bad, actually. Like, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it is good. And the other VSL, the one that I am, in fact, excited for, is Flesh and Fantasy. This movie looks gorgeous. I mean, I wasn't expecting this at all. I know nothing about it other than the fact that we went over it, and it just looks like a stunning, stunning movie. Murder by suggestion. You're going to kill. You're going to die. Unseen hands pushed him on. I don't really know exactly what it's about. I don't remember. We did talk about it. It did sound intriguing enough. But, I mean, the artwork's really cool. I just like the, chalky... I'm looking forward to this. Flesh and Fantasy. We got the much more traditional cover in there. As far as black and white movies go, I've definitely developed more of a taste for them in recent years. I mean, I always liked like Frankenstein and the old monster movies and stuff like that, but this looks stunning. Just from the stills alone, it looks like it's going to be just a beautiful fucking movie. Time will tell, though. Time will tell. And also partner labels. Look at that. I know everyone was like just beside themselves when they announced like Umbrella was becoming a partner label, and this, I mean, Umbrella's probably gonna replace my favorite because, as far as I can tell, Fun City Editions is basically gone. I mean, if you look at the out of print section on their website, it's just a clusterfuck of Fun City Editions. So I mean, I hope that's not true. They haven't announced it officially, but they've been vague about it. So again, another thing that time will tell. I think this looks awesome. I think it's great that Umbrella's on board, and this slipcover looks great as well. Partner labels, this is going to be one of the top partner labels in no time. No time at all. Prepare yourself. And this actually has some heft to it. Like it's heavy, so looks like it comes with a poster. So we'll start with that. Looks like it's just the slipcover, and mine is a little fucked up, but I don't even know. And it's just a single-sided poster, and it's just the slipcover. Still, really fucking. I mean, like that's just something you can add in for probably next to nothing for these companies. Like Shout Factory does it with almost every release they do. It's just a great thing to add on. That cover is not nearly as good, but this looks really cool. I'm excited about everything about this release. Everything about this release. Oh, that's the soundtrack. Okay. I don't ever listen to those, so that's a pointless add-on, but some people like them. Also, it's got whether making a movie or surviving an invasion, be your own fish queen. Looks like it's an essay, just a single essay. Oh, no, there's another one in here. Director's notes are in here as well. Some stills from behind the scenes. Really cool. I said I was going to watch Sidekicks first, but I don't know. This one's definitely stealing some of the focus. Like, I'm really excited for this one. Hell yeah. I don't like that the label is upside down on this. Or backwards or whatever. It should be reading that way. That's really annoying. But still, really, really cool. Really, I mean, like, it feels like a valuable addition to your collection. Great slipcover. And I believe the last partner label that I picked up for the month was the first VCR from ETR Media. I believe I said I was complete on these in my last unboxing, but I'm actually not. There are two that I skipped that I just had zero interest in, so it makes me feel a little better when I can like just pick and choose some of these. But this looks cool. Anyone who grew up in the 90s or the late 80s with the VCR, VHS, Betamax, whatever, this is, I mean, like the packaging on this, I love this slip. I fell in love with this slipcover. It's just so great. You got the cassettes on the back. Really, really cool design. Like, that pulled me in. ETR does that. Like, I mean, they happen to put out some real fucking movies that I'm like, damn, I gotta buy that. Just because the visual appeal. But this is like a double documentary about the first VCR and cassettes go hi-fi. So I don't know when I'll get around to watching this. Obviously I'll need some free time, and it's not something that's going to be like, man, I really need to watch that right now. But I am glad to own this. This is a really exciting title for me. Being such a big fan of like VHS and Betamax as well, like, I just really like the format. I know it's not as visually stunning or anything, but just the memories that come associated with like Blockbuster and Ion Video and Hollywood Video and all those rental places from when I was a kid. I think it's cool. I mean, yeah, it's bare bones packaging. I mean, like, really bare bones packaging. But this slipcover, I mean, this thing is just fucking awesome. I'm so into this slip. Just really impressed with the marketing that they go through sometimes. This is just so good. But that is the first VCR. And cassettes go hi-fi. Now, I also did pick up some of the $10 titles. I didn't buy a whole lot. I didn't go like hog wild on them, but some of them were worth it for me to grab. So I'm not going to like actually open them all up here, but I did buy these because VSAs are awesome, and I could use the poster. So for $10, I'm not even worried about it. I will eventually give them away, but the posters will end up on my wall. Hopefully these posters are in better shape than the first time I got this one. The first time I ordered this, the poster was fucked. But you can't go wrong with VSAs for fucking $10. Like, $10? And I bought a movie that I just didn't own. So Long Billy. At least I think I didn't own it. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know for sure. Maybe it could be in there. My movies are packed up right now. A lot of them are, at least the partner labels particularly. But it's $10, you know? And some of the Altered Innocence movies are just straight bangers. Like, they're just phenomenal films. So I'm hoping that this one falls into that category. Slipcover's awful. Like, super lame. Like, very whatever. Slippery when wet. Bon Jovi type cover. Not really my thing. But, again, $10 fucking dollars. You cannot go wrong with $10. Looks like I also got another sticker with this box as well. Really cool. Great stuff. I believe that's everything. I hope they didn't forget something. But that is all I have for today. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And until next time, have a good day.